Welcome back, everyone, to the Daily Dollar Podcast. I'm your host, Kate McCready,
Art Morrison III here.
and we are talking about the most important areas to focus on when flipping a home.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Man, I like when you give me the topics and I ain't know. Because then when you say
You can,
them, I'm
literally, if you're watching on YouTube, you could see his eyes, kind of space out and his wheels start to turn.
yeah. What was the topic again? Read it again.
Most important areas to focus on when flipping a home.
Ooh, well, what's number one? Location, location, location.
Yeah.
Definitely
okay.
number one by far. Location.
I was thinking of, structure, roof.
I know that's what you're thinking. That's what everybody's thinking. And that's why everybody makes mistakes in real estate because they think that they can just slap this modern design and put a whole bunch of features in a house and do all this stuff, but the location is trash. So it's like you're only gonna get what the location allows you to get based on your comps and CMA and all that. Yeah, but then even just bro, you gotta match the house with where it's at, or you won't get the kind of buyer that you want who doesn't have the kind of money that you need to get to make your profits.
Yeah, the location literally tells you what you can do to the house.
Yeah, for sure.
So before we get into any type of construction or anything like that, location is key, number one.
Yeah, but now that I know you're more talking about structurally.
Well, that was good,
I would say location. I like doing things in order, so I'm thinking through a deal, right? So location would be number one for me. What would be? We can go back and forth like we did last episode with the snags.
Curb appeal.
Oh my God, that was my next joint because I was working from outside the house, inside the house. Curb appeal is so huge.
It's like when you're dating, you have to like how the person looks first.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
I've seen people flip houses and do amazing things, but they didn't paint it or touch up the shutters or do new siding.
Yeah.
And or they did minimal to the landscaping, and it's like, how are you going to get people even inside to see this?
You know how, and I'll tell you how. And as a realtor, because if I'm looking on the MLS and I see the pictures and the first picture is not the outside of the house, I know that the inside is where they really put their money or their emphasis.
But curb appeal is absolutely huge, absolutely huge. And we're learning. I mean, I'm always learning, but I'm learning that more so now as we get into more projects because I'm seeing now the difference in numbers and the difference in feedback on houses. Like Spear had excellent curb appeal on the corner. New siding was painted.
Big yard.
Everybody was hitting us about it. Yo, that house, this, blah, blah, blah. Whereas Klein didn't. Had a parking lot in the front. It just it didn't have good curb appeal. We painted it. We put a red door. It was white, black shutters, brand new porch. But it still just didn't hit the same. People weren't yo, that joint. It just, so off the rip, we couldn't get, that house is probably worth $385.
Yeah, it appraised at what? Did it?
$385. Yeah. I mean, when we bought it, it said $485. But either way, bro, that would have been.
Dang.
I don't think we would even.
We
have
would be
this
somewhere
podcast.
different right now.
It would be different, bro. That extra $150,000 on top of $125,000 in profit.
Sweating.
Right. But no, but yeah, it probably worth $385. We sold it for $350. All because the curb appeal was doo-doo.
Yeah.
If we would have done something different with the driveway, maybe changed the structure in the front a little bit, maybe a porch that stretched all, we could have. And again, you got to stay within budget,
but to go back to location, it was in a flood zone.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So we knew
Numero
not to even
uno.
do all that because nobody's gonna pay $400,000. No, not nobody. And the market's different now, so I'm probably eating my words. But at the time, we knew, okay, based on comps in the area, nobody's paying $400,000 to live here in a flood zone because now you have a mortgage for $400,000 plus an extra $100 a month for flood insurance.
Yeah.
And obviously the potential of it maybe flooding or water rising. There was a little creek in the back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's huge. Location, curb appeal, those two things really hurt that property. Mm-hmm. Those two things robbed us of $150,000.
Okay.
Anyway, what you got next?
Well, I was the last one that spoke.
So
I did curb appeal.
Yeah, my thing is layout. So we're gonna get into the details of the layout, but I'm thinking layout meaning what I mean by layout is not how you navigate through the property. Mm-hmm. That almost doesn't even matter these days. It's the breathtaking moment when you walk into a property.
Gotcha.
So what is that view from the front door?
Okay.
That's extremely huge, especially now that everyone's favorite channel is HGTV.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's watching. So it literally affects the trends. So if you walk into a property and it doesn't take your breath away from the right from the rip, I'm not buying it, especially if it's a flip. Now if it's
Yeah.
just a property that like where you're selling your house, ain't nothing you could do. People got to walk in and kind of imagine what they're gonna do to it.
Yeah.
But for a flip, which is the topic, right? When flipping a house, you definitely want to make sure their breath is taken away from the beginning. Whether that means good lighting, open floor concept,
Yeah.
open floor plan. Like that's what everybody wants nowadays.
Yeah.
So I would say that's my next one.
Yeah, along the lines of layout, I really focus not even so much as like what you see when you walk in, because I think of as a buyer, I always think of myself as a buyer.
Yeah.
I put myself in the buyer's shoes. I can like kind of make it my own, like when I purchase it. But like, how does the house actually flow? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
is there ugly little like things coming out because they put an AC in and they had to like cover the little whatever?
Yeah.
I don't know the words for it.
The
I'm not a
ducts and
construction
stuff.
person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always think of like the actual like flow of it, and we've recently gotten into the mindset of bringing in an architect into each one of our flips to make sure that is always a focus of ours.
For sure.
Yeah.
My next one is, and I like that one. That one kind of goes with mine.
Okay.
So we got high five again.
Sweet.
But kitchen.
Kitchen.
Yeah. All day. If
Always.
you don't do anything in the house, just do the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like, you can put $15,000 into a kitchen and get $50,000 more in a house.
Yeah.
Just by painting the house and doing the kitchen. So, kitchen all day long. Everyone is mesmerized by countertops, backsplash, and new appliances.
Yeah.
Even if you don't even swap the cabinets, spray paint the cabinets, do whatever you want, it don't even matter.
Right.
The countertop, the backsplash, and new appliances. That's what everybody cares about.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely the kitchen. Like those, just doing that right there, you can literally increase your profits tens of thousands of dollars. So I think the kitchen is also for, if you're a house flipper watching this, that's where most of your ROI
Yeah.
like gathers or
Gotcha.
lies. Excuse me.
That's a good one.
You didn't have that?
Of course I had that. The kitchen is numero
Oh,
uno
making
to
sure,
many
though.
people.
Just checking.
Shoot, I just had it in my head. Oh, this might, depending on where you're listening. So I'm up next, right?
Yes, it's your
Okay.
turn.
Depending on where you're listening from, this might sound crazy, but central AC. We got to put central AC in everything.
Yep, yeah, that's one
Yep.
of my top four. I always put central AC. I
Yeah.
mean, in Jersey and most northeastern states,
Yeah.
like that's not a given because the houses are so old.
Yeah.
So a lot of them still have baseboard heat, radiator heat, oil heat, right? So by installing an HVAC, not only is it more energy efficient and cost effective, especially the way they're making these HVAC units these days.
Yeah.
It's also very easy to control now with, smart thermostats and whatnot.
Yeah.
You can immediately control the flow of air throughout your house. So I always put in central AC and forced hot air in every property. Really for that reason. I mean, what are the other reasons? Like, I just, you're going to get top dollar because the buyer doesn't have to walk in and figure out how they're going to hide the radiators.
Yeah.
Or walk in and say, oh no, we have to put air conditioners in the window. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Especially if you're buying something new. I mean, I look at it like a car. You know what I mean? If you're buying a car, like you don't want to have to go, I'm about to show my age here, but you don't want to have to go to Radio Shack and get the tape thing to connect to your iPod to play it. You just want it to have Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Right? And you'll
want
pay
it
more for the
turnkey.
Bluetooth. Yeah, you want it turnkey, right?
All the way.
All the way turnkey. So definitely central AC is a good one. The one that I would say next, and probably the last one before we have to go, is, I'm just going to say square footage. Meaning, when you're getting an appraisal, like basements and attics aren't included in the square footage. And what's also, I'm gonna bundle these in one for the sake of time. Square footage and functionality. Mm-hmm. So, like every house we buy, we add a bathroom.
Yeah.
Every single one. because especially here in Jersey, like I said, these old houses that were built in 1920, not only were the rooms small and all that, but then like there was usually one bathroom like off the kitchen, that everyone hates. So I always try to add a bathroom somewhere. But additionally to adding a bathroom, I try to add livable space. So if you can finish the basement, finish the attic, I almost always do because, at least where we are, right, you need that extra livable space. I mean, most states actually don't even have basements.
Yeah.
That's like a very Jersey, Northeast thing. So I'm definitely showing our location here. But if you do have, like, let's say Florida, for example, doesn't have basements, everything's on a slab. But they do have extra rooms that don't have a closet, so they're not technically a bedroom because there's no closet in it. And it might be like the sunroom or just a den or something. But when you look on the listing or the MLS, it'll say, 3 beds, 1 bath, but there's this extra room. So now I know I'm going in and I'm turning this into a 4-bedroom.
Yeah.
And then squeezing a bathroom somewhere to make it a 4-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yeah.
So square footage and functionality, I'm always adding those things. It almost always increases the value of the house. If you notice, everything that we said was to increase value, not to, make it cuter.
Yeah, like we didn't talk about fixtures.
Like, yeah, I care about that stuff.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, it's definitely all about profits when you're flipping houses.
Yeah.
Because you're putting a lot of money out there, a lot of time, a lot of energy. You're paying taxes, you're paying utilities, might be paying a monthly carrying cost or mortgage note, right? So you're putting a lot out there.
Yeah.
It's all about the profits. It's not about making someone, some lucky buyer happy. Now you want that to happen if you have a soul. Like I think we're scheduled to go to one of our buyers, one of the houses we sold them. We're scheduled to go over there and have a drink. So yeah, I love it, but it's about the profits.
Absolutely.
Like we got to profit. So
for sure. And I know you already said it, but always, 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 if you possibly can, put in 2 full bathrooms. 2 full bathrooms, meaning 2 places to shower, bathe, whatever.
Yeah,
along
not
with
a
the
half
toilet
bath
and
with
vanity.
just a sink and a toilet, which does help.
It
You
helps.
could add that if that's all you can squeeze.
Yes.
But we literally just turned a closet at one of our houses, and it's a small house too. It was a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. We turned a closet into a full bathroom.
Yeah.
Like toilet, vanity, and shower in that joint.
Yeah, even if it's a standing shower, whatever it is, try to squeeze that in. So that's, I guess, your bonus tip, but like super important as well if you possibly
Unless
can.
it's only a 2-bedroom house, but even then, it's like when you have a
Get
guest,
that second bathroom.
get that second bathroom. You don't want to have to share a shower. Like, that's definitely clutch. Anywho, guys, thank you for tuning into this episode. What was the title of it again? Most important areas to focus on when flipping a home.
It's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful, but it's definitely an important episode for those of you aspiring to flip houses or might be flipping your first house. We see mistakes all the time of people that go all out, HGTV stuff, beautiful fixtures and everything, and like the house still sucks from a market perspective because it's like, you did all this, and we supposed to share a bathroom?
Yeah, even if you're purchasing
4
a
bedrooms
house.
are supposed to share a bathroom. We've even made a mistake where we had a half bath and didn't make it a full, and it was like, damn, wait, we got a 5-bedroom, 1.5 bath?
Yeah,
what
think
were
about
we
that.
thinking, right? Crazy. So, yeah, this is definitely an important episode. I'm Art Morrison III. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We got YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Spotify, obviously. Make sure you shoot us a subscription.
Subscribe, review, give us 5 stars.
Follow. Anything.
Do all that we ask. Please.
Do all the things. All right,
right.
we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Art Morrison III.
Kate McCarty.
Peace out.
See ya.